Thanks for being with us live at 5. I'm Erica Mokay. New charges tonight surrounding the January 6th insurrection. I'm going to show you what's happening here behind me. A woodpecker gets tangled in her hair. Second, third, and fourth grade, meaning these victims likely range in age from 7 years old to 10 years old. The people you're going to see in this story and the people all around us here, they have been training for months. The CDC is doubling down on its authority to issue a mask mandate for U.S. travelers. An August report by JAMA Pediatrics suggests the number of kids around the world experiencing mental health issues has likely doubled compared to pre-pandemic levels, with 1 in 4 experiencing more symptoms of depression and 1 in 5 experiencing higher levels of anxiety. Trending tonight, The Wizard of Oz is back in theaters for a limited run to honor Judy Garland's birthday. Garland starred as Dorothy in the 1939 film. We do begin with breaking news and a frantic afternoon on Kalamazoo's south side. Police swarming a home on Emerson Street near South Burdick today and issuing an Amber Alert hours later. Yeah, Andy, this happening in the middle of the afternoon. It's a nice day out, sending people running. Now, we do know, according to South Haven's police chief, there is no current threat to the public. We have 2 crews on scene bringing us live team coverage from South Haven tonight. Let's start with News Channel 3's Maria Serrano. She is live on South Beach. Maria, it was a handgun. They are also looking into the possibility of potentially more weapons. But at this point, only 1 handgun has been recovered. As Andy mentioned, that black Ford Focus has been secured. The police chief didn't think it had been looked through yet. So that is something that is still in the process. The chief also saying that she would have more information, provide us with an update later tonight, including that shooter's identity. So we are waiting to learn more about that. Proxmire was fatally shot during a police chase near Galesburg on August 14th. He died the next day in the hospital. Now his brothers in blue, loved ones, and community members prepare to honor the fallen sergeant at a memorial service in Kalamazoo. Since Sergeant Proxmire's death, we have heard a lot about who he was, not only as a person in law enforcement, but the stories of his childhood, his family, and those unseen moments that truly left an impact on Kalamazoo and beyond. Production has resumed in West Michigan as the Biden administration responds to a nationwide formula shortage. Abbott Nutrition reopened its Sturgis plant on Saturday following a 4-month closure following a recall. 4 babies who drank formula from the plant developed bacterial infections. 2 of them died. The FDA is under investigation for its handling of the safety concerns and the recall that followed. Right now, almost 74% of store shelves are empty across the country, and a total of 10 states are only 10% stocked. The limited supply is leaving some parents in tough spots for their babies who have dietary restrictions. Well, for now, Abbott is only producing its specialty formula for babies with food allergies and digestive issues. It will take about 3 weeks for consumers to see that formula in stores. Meantime, President Biden says the U.S. has secured another 33 million bottles of formula from Nestle. He also says more than 127 million bottles are headed to stores soon.
How you look at this girl and shoot her?
Oh, my gosh. Garza says he found out his daughter had been killed from her best friend. The coroner says all of the victims' bodies will be released to their families tonight. Today was supposed to be their last day of school before the start of summer vacation. High school students at Kalamazoo Central walked out of class this afternoon to demonstrate for women's rights.
At times today it was raining. Both cats and dogs, Erica, in Kalamazoo, and parts of Allegan, Van Buren, and Berry counties.
Maybe even like cows and hamsters. It was pretty bad at one point. Taking a live look now at downtown Kalamazoo. We are not done with the rain just yet. However, we have a lot of sun ahead of us. Meteorologist Christina Anthony is in for Keith tonight with a look at the forecast. Hi, Christina.
Well, maybe a little thunder. I know a lot of people like to sleep to that. Just remember, sort of maybe open like this.
And not on a recording in real life. You know,
Yeah.
Not on one of those CDs.
On those, yeah.
CD,
The Storm CD. Of course, we all have that, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
1996 called it with their CDs back.
Got rid of mine.
Western Michigan University is putting a ring on the fingers of the entire football team. Take a look at this hardware showing up for the event, which had some strict requirements, okay? Costumes had to include black shoes, black pants, and a black cape. Also, fangs were required. I would really nail it on the black wardrobe. That's really my color, but I don't know about the fangs. Americans received, get this, 4 billion robocalls in May, according to the spam blocking app YouMail. That's a lot of calls. Oh my gosh, and how sweet is the lady that wanted to help the squirrel?
I know.
Very nice.
And amazing, the power of Facebook. Keith knows everything about the power of Facebook.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's right. Hey, social media,
They
getting
were
the word
talking
out
about
there.
us on Allegan Informed, so they're watching. Well, that's why the TSA started its pre-check program, right? Letting prepared travelers cruise through security. But screening equipment upgrades could make that program worthless, and I just signed up for it. The National Desk's Angela Brown is in Washington, D.C. to explain why. Police in Lansing say they found a loaded assault rifle on an elementary school playground. The school district says it happened after school hours and no one was in danger, thankfully. Police say they also found a second gun, and both were stolen. A 19-year-old man now faces 3 gun charges.
At his tongue before dramatically crossing his hands in disgust.
That hair flip was the wait until we get home hair
The
flip.
attitude on that one.
Just give me a day or two where, you know, I'm not doing this all the time and where the air conditioner's not running constantly. I'll take it.
Yeah, and there has been an AC dilemma in my household.
Oh, no. Is it out?
So, well, I am ruling with an iron fist here that it needs to stay at a certain temperature.
Oh, I know
and
how
if
that
we're
battle
adjusting,
goes.
there needs to be a
I
compromise.
know
Well, I
how
hope
that
you're
battle
on our
goes.
side. You want it colder.
I don't know. I never win that battle. I don't even fight the thermostat wars.
Listen, you don't want to be cranky. Living with me, not a good combo. Parents see no end in their search for baby formula as families across the nation struggle to feed their newborns. Hear what local companies are doing to try to save the day. Investigators say the suspect who made serious threats in a South Haven neighborhood is possibly armed and on the loose. News Channel 3's Trisha McCauley joins us live at the South Haven Police Department to tell us if investigators know where this suspect is. Trisha. Well, a driver is trapped after a car goes down an embankment and into a retention pond this afternoon. It happened in Kalamazoo off the I-94 ramp near a roundabout on Sprinkle Road. The car was flipped over in the water when first responders arrived. A city spokesperson says the driver was hurt, but no word on the extent of those injuries. A wrecker had to pull the car up out of the embankment. We are still working to learn what led up to this crash. A downtown Kalamazoo daycare and preschool program right next to Bronson Park is closing down effective immediately. We incorrectly reported yesterday the closure was to take effect July 1st. The child care center at First United Methodist Church says it doesn't have the staff to stay open despite efforts to recruit and retain workers. We are now taking a live look at a pretty sunny Kalamazoo. Temps in the 70s today, quite different compared to the past 2 days. Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson joins us live now in the Weather Alert Center to let us know how long this cooler weather is going to be sticking around. Keith. All right, Keith, well, fraudulent signatures shake up plans for groups in Lansing trying to get issues on Michigan's ballots. More than half a dozen organizations had their deadline to turn in those petitions today. Now, 2 other groups also failed to turn in their signatures today. Unlock Michigan's initiative is a response to the COVID-19 pandemic, which would have taken some emergency powers away from public health officials. The DeVos-backed Let My Kids Learn group was pushing to let donors claim tax breaks on their gifts to private schools. A woman attacked in the New York subway sues the maker of the gun used to shoot her. Coming up, why she says the company's marketing is to blame. The man suspected of carrying out a racially motivated massacre in Buffalo, New York, faces new charges. A grand jury has indicted 18-year-old Peyton Gendron for domestic terrorism motivated by hate and 10 counts of first-degree murder. Investigators say he targeted the Tops grocery store where he knew there would be mostly black shoppers. Gendron has been in custody since the May 14th shooting. He is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow. The suspect was previously indicted for first-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty. Well, check this out. It's dramatic video from Arizona. Boaters captured the moment a massive rock slide happened. You can see the huge slab of rock crashing into that water below. It's the season opener for the Gold Team in South Haven.
1, 2, 3. Help Nation!
But the game almost didn't happen.
We didn't really know if we were going to be able to have this season for baseball.
Less than 2 weeks before their big Little League debut, their coach stepped down.
Good, way to keep it in front.
Refusing to let their boys miss out.
Put them too high.
A group of moms
2 out, we're running hard.
They know that we're going to be there no matter what for them.
We got this, all right? One more out.
stepped up to the plate.
I was kind of hoping she would be coach because she taught me basically everything I know about baseball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah!
Now 5 women deep in the dugout. This coaching staff would likely argue they're not quite angels in the outfield.
Go, go, dig, dig!
But to these 11 and 12-year-olds,
We're going! Hard, hard, hard!
They're all really good coaches.
they're pretty darn close.
I'd say the thing she's best at is probably encouraging us as a team and bringing us together.
There you go! Nice job!
Of course, they're not the first women to ever teach boys about baseball,
I want them to have fun.
and they certainly won't be the last.
And if they get a little bit better by the end of the year, then I've done my job. Go, 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 hard!
Regardless of stats or scores, their efforts have already earned them a spot in a very special Hall of Fame. Just ask their sons.
She's probably the best coach and the best mom I could have.
Reporting in South Haven, Erica Mokay,
3, 1, 2, 3, team!
News Channel 3.